You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KCCZ LP Conroe and worldwide at irlonestar.com.
This is Melanie Shuttle. I'm here with my wonderful co-host, Christy Leggett, and we are with Toast of the Town, and we are so excited to be back in the studio.
Yes, we are. It feels like it's been ages.
I know. It was all we missed was 1 week, but boy, it feels like it's been long.
I know, but it was such a, it was so busy last week with the holiday and everything.
I know.
But boy, do we have a lot to give thanks for.
I like the music, but can we let it go?
Let it go.
Thanks, Dick.
So how was your Thanksgiving, Mel?
My Thanksgiving was awesome. You know, I went out to the hill country out at Canyon Lake, and I spent it with my family, and that's always fun. My brother and sisters are hilarious.
Yeah.
So, unlike me, of course. And anyway, we had a really good time.
Good.
And what about you? What did you do?
You know, I had an amazing Thanksgiving. I got to spend the day serving with my Friends of Conroe family at the Salvation Army, which was amazing. You know, they estimated that we served 3,200 meals that day.
Holy moly.
Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. It's my favorite day of the year, favorite event of the year. Mm-hmm. And so got to do that. Then, went and ate too much, which is, obligatory.
Well, it's required, right?
Absolutely. And, did a little shopping on Friday. And then Saturday, watched a little football game. Watched a little Aggie football.
That was, even I,
amazing.
Well, and I am an Aggie fan. I don't ever really talk about it because you make me look like, lame.
That's because I'm a little crazy.
You make me look lame. But anyway, but I'm not a huge football person.
Right.
And even I went home and watched it, and it was an amazing, I was tired.
Yeah.
I was exhausted.
Well, it was like the game that never ended, and it was awesome. It was just like...
Yeah. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great. It was awesome.
So, so that was my Saturday. And we had a good time, and then, and now it was Monday. Hello.
I know. No football on Monday.
No. And then, and now it's Wednesday, and now we're in the middle of hump day, and
I know.
life is good.
Good. Oh, I just came unplugged.
Oh.
Anyway, it's good to see you.
Hello.
We have the arrival of our esteemed guest. We haven't even gotten there yet.
Yes.
Your
Yeah.
latest
So-
guest.
Well, that's all right. Better late than never. You're
Yeah,
always
true.
worth waiting for, Mr. J.J. Holly.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, it is our pleasure. It is our pleasure. So you haven't been a guest on our show before, but if you notice, there's a flute of champagne sitting in front of you because that's just how we roll.
That's what I was hoping that was.
So that's if anybody has a complaint, then they'll just have to deal with it. So
Yeah,
right.
because we are the
Cheers.
toast.
Cheers.
The toast of the
That's
town.
right. Because we toast the best of Montgomery
Yes.
County, which does include you, sir.
Yes. Well, we are Montgomery County.
I know. So how have you been, Mr. Holly?
I've been good.
Good.
Busy. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
All good.
We were just discussing Thanksgiving. What did you do?
We had a first of its kind Thanksgiving
Oh, yeah?
for our family.
What's that?
For the first time ever that I can remember, we did not go to a family member's house.
Oh, really? Stayed home, huh?
Well, we didn't even do that.
Oh, really?
Our son Trey
Mhm.
is at
UH.
UH
Mhm.
in the architecture program, and he didn't get a break during Thanksgiving, so he didn't come home because they apparently have projects due this
Oh, I'm
week.
sure,
So
especially in
he's-
architecture.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so he's
Yeah.
in there working on it. So Amy and I went down there and picked him up at the architecture building.
Yeah.
So got him out of the studio, and then took him to Luby's,
Hot dang.
Had a Luby's Thanksgiving.
and it was fantastic.
Was it awesome?
It was
You're not
really
the first
good.
person to tell me they went to Luby's here. They said it was out the door, the line.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we
Really?
went to the
I've
one
always
down
heard
by
that.
UH.
Yeah.
So we just picked them up, went in there, and there were like 10 people in line.
And nobody had to cook or clean.
Nobody cooked, nobody cleaned. I got turkey, I got dressing, and I got pecan pie. So I had my big
Yeah,
three.
that's really.
That's my big 3 too.
And I was
Really?
fine.
Yep.
And the staff was incredibly friendly. They were really nice.
Awesome.
I thought, I'm going to have to work on Thanksgiving,
Right.
really.
Yeah.
But we thanked them for being there. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, no, we love working on Thanksgiving. So we had a great time.
That's
and
awesome.
the restaurant was only like half full.
Wow.
So it wasn't the
That's what I'm
madhouse
gonna do.
I'd been, because like what Dick said, I've been
Around the
warned that,
corner,
oh, no.
yeah.
But it was great. We had a great time.
That's awesome. I know. I'm gonna have to keep that.
I
in
have to
mind.
remember that
I
for
know.
when I get old.
Right.
You're welcome.
What are you calling me?
Yeah.
I'm calling you a dad.
that's how it-
Well, I tell you what.
that's how I roll.
So my dad and stepmom hosted Thanksgiving. You know, since we were serving at Salvation Army, I couldn't cook, and so I didn't have to cook and I didn't have to clean. But the only thing that's really really bad about that, because I got my 3 too. I got my turkey.
Mhm.
I got my dressing. I got my pecan pie. That's my big 3. And
You got it 3 times.
I did. And,
3 times.
but the only bad part about it was I didn't have leftovers.
Mm.
That's the one
yeah.
bummer.
Yeah.
But you know,
That
Yeah, you're
stinks.
right. We did miss that.
but you know, but
But
now,
we had this holiday party at Thanksgiving potluck
Yeah.
at the office.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's right.
I'm having to move around. I'm trying to find a cough drop. I'm battling a cough for only going like a month.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah.
you know, it's most
But,
wonderful time of the year.
But we had a holiday Thanksgiving potluck with all of our staff, and we actually turned it into like 6 Thanksgiving meals. We had it on Friday before Thanksgiving, and then we ate on it
Monday.
Monday.
that night,
Uh-huh.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
That's
Royce,
awesome.
Royce was really happy. He'll eat stuff out of the trash. if we
Yeah,
don't
I know.
stop
You
him,
know, he
so.
and I've had that discussion
Mhm.
before. Yeah, Royce. Is
If
kinda
he
awesome.
picks out of the trash, if it's clean trash, like he delineates between clean trash and dirty trash.
Yeah.
And
Well,
he's probably gonna
He's
get
very
mad at me when
practical.
actually he won't
he's,
care.
Yeah.
He's
He won't care.
functional, isn't he?
He is.
He is what I would call low maintenance.
He is low maintenance. Yes.
Very low maintenance.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I know. We're gonna have to get Royce on here sometime, being that
You
his
would,
DJ
you and he
skills
would
and
enjoy
everything.
it. Uh-huh.
Yeah, we would have
really,
fun.
he was really good.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you had a good Thanksgiving. So, how is Trey liking
Yeah.
U of H?
He's enjoying it a lot.
Good.
He joined a fraternity,
Awesome.
which I wasn't too sure
Right.
about. But architecture students, as you know, are notorious for just studying and doing nothing else. So I wanted to have a little bit of a balance.
Mm-hmm.
So he joined this fraternity, and he's having a good time, and
That's
he's
good.
like the new social chairman or something. So he's doing it.
He does
He's
take
doing
after
it.
Dad just a tad.
Just a little bit,
Yeah,
just a little bit,
that's
but
good.
he's doing good.
That's good.
He's we're kind of waiting on the first round of grades, which
Yeah.
seems really late, but apparently that's the way they do it there, or that's how he's telling us that's the way they do it.
Well, that's what I would say too.
Mhm.
You know.
How's your grades? I haven't gotten any.
Yeah.
What? You sure?
Not really. I'm good.
But we'll know sooner or
Yeah.
later.
Right. I know, because they'll be getting out. Won't be too long for Christmas break.
I think it's just a couple more weeks.
Yeah, I know. I've got I've got
CISD comes out what the 19th,
something like it's like right before.
and then they're
Holiday.
off for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy.
It is.
I know.
crazy.
I've got a nephew at Sam Houston, another one at A&M, and another one at Texas State.
Wow, you got them all covered.
Yeah, I know. So, but it's like, I remember those good old college days whenever you got a month out for Christmas. I think I want to go back to that.
Yeah.
I'd like to be a professional.
I
college
went
student.
6 weeks off for Christmas and 3 months off at summer in my real job.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So speaking of your real job,
Your real job.
I know.
Well, I would, real in quotes probably. I mean,
I
you know me.
So for anybody that doesn't know, JJ is the president and CEO of the Woodlands Area Chamber of Commerce, which is obviously very near and dear to my heart because I spend a little bit of time down there.
Yes.
Although I need to be spending a little bit more time down there.
You guys were all welcome anytime you can make it.
It's a lot of fun. Anyway, so what's going on with the chamber? I know y'all are like moving and blowing and going and all that good stuff.
Yes, and the next biggest thing that's coming out
Mhm.
is our next big event is our Taste of the Town.
Taste the you know what?
Taste.
We're
that
going
taste,
to
toast
toast
to
the
taste.
taste.
There
Toast
you
to
go.
the taste.
Dick, where's your
Okay.
food of champagne?
I know. He doesn't
He
partake.
doesn't partake.
Mm. Don't start. It's a long slippery
Somebody
road.
has to drive this
Yeah,
ship.
exactly.
Anyway,
At the Marriott on January 17th,
always a fantastic
starting at
event.
4 p.m.
Yes.
We'll have about 40 or 50 restaurants, that you recognize in and around the Woodlands.
Mhm.
And you can come and sample bites and
Have
hang
some
out
great
for an
beverages.
evening. And you can have some great beverages.
Awesome.
We have beverage booths
Yes.
available. And it's just, I mean, we have, 4,000 people that
Yeah.
come to that every year.
Melody,
Really?
you
It's
ever
a big
been?
deal.
Not in the Woodlands.
Oh, it really is like,
Yeah.
it's like the
yeah,
greatest
night
event.
and day is what I understand.
Oh, yeah. And,
It's
like
good.
Kirby shows up and I mean, like,
Yeah.
and they bring the goods. It's
Yeah.
not
Oh, wow.
Kirby's,
cheese and crackers.
Trulux. I understand the new steakhouse in
The
the
new one
Woodlands.
that's coming that's going to be in Bob's.
Killins,
Mhm.
yes, it is going to be
Mm.
there.
That's
So
very
there's,
exciting.
it's really, it's not a go and get a slider
Right.
type thing. I mean, it's really, you get these restaurants take
Good
the time
stuff.
to feature their
Good stuff.
high end
Oh, yeah.
things, and like Black Walnut
Yes.
comes. I believe Tris, which is the new Hubble and Hudson, and Hubble as the
Right.
Kitchen will be there. So all the restaurants that you know and love, but you can go, and if you're like me, I go to the same restaurant all the time. I order the same thing
Right. Kind of
because I don't really
diversify a little
branch
bit.
out. So this gives
Yeah.
you a chance to, well, I might try that crab cake and see
Right.
what it tastes like, and then go in and order it.
Well, and see, to me, this is like one of my favorite things about it because, I'm all about like the Chinese buffet. Like, I want a little bit of this,
A little bit of that,
but,
right? Right.
But that's
Yes.
what I love about it because you can get, and it's like full course. You get your
Yeah.
appetizers, your entrees, your main courses, your
Mm-hmm.
side dishes, all the way to dessert, beverages included. It's like, and you get to just grade.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And we have music there,
music's great.
and
And it's always a
so
fun
it's
crowd,
just
too.
a festive,
Everybody has a good
It's
time.
a festive,
Festive.
It's
it's a festive
Festive.
festival.
Yes.
Funstive,
And what
it's
day is that
funstive.
again?
January 17th.
17th.
January 7th. We need to put that on our calendar. too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys should
We're gonna have to
come.
promote
Yes.
it. I know.
We-
I
we
come
need to-
every year.
Well,
I
we
just-
need to promote it too. We
Yeah,
need
we do.
to
Yeah, well,
let
thank you.
everybody know.
Yeah.
Everybody's invited. Make
Yeah.
a trip. Come on down.
Excellent. Yeah,
You
we'll
know?
make sure everybody
Yeah.
knows about it.
Good
Maybe we'll
stuff.
do some live videos there and show everybody what they're missing out if
Oh
they don't
my
like,
gosh.
rush down there.
We should do that.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
Hey, you know what? It would be our pleasure. It'd be
We
our pleasure.
we would love that.
Yeah, we would.
We
I'll-
really would. That's cool. That
Yeah.
would be good.
Yeah, we'll do that.
I'll film and she'll talk. I think it's
No, I
perfect.
think I should film, and you guys both should talk.
See?
Oh, now there you go.
Uh-huh.
But we're dangerous together.
This is true.
That's why I'm here.
I know. I know. So,
And not to be like the monitor. I'm here to take part.
which is why you too have a glass of champagne.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because this is how we roll.
Well, champagne at noon's a good time to start.
You know what? And especially it's Wednesday. So what we celebrate is not only the best of Montgomery County, but at 12:31, we are officially halfway through the week.
Oh, that's true. What
See?
time is it now?
12:16.
So we're 15 minutes from
So
halfway
Yeah,
week.
yeah,
so
we
we're,
are.
We're
Yeah, we are.
celebrating the end of
Almost on the
first-
downhill
Yeah.
slide.
Yeah.
Oh, that is.
Because-
And we think that is just something to celebrate.
It is.
Why
especially-
wouldn't you?
I know.
Why wouldn't
I
you?
know.
Especially
And,
after a holiday week.
oh my gosh,
Yeah, this
has
has been.
crazy.
This feels like we've already gone 5 days.
Oh,
already.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind
Absolutely.
of over it. Kind of over it. So Christmas is coming. We've got lots of events that we're going to be talking about, and because I know y'all got some things coming on too. I hated that I had to miss the Meet the New Members last night. Heard
Oh,
it was
that
a
was
great
at
turnout.
Mitchell's
Yes.
74 at the Woodlands Country Club
Heard it was a
tournament
great
course.
turnout.
That's a great facility,
Yeah.
and sometimes when you go to places, you get it a little crowded.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
but we
Where
had
was it?
Mitchell's 74 at the tournament course.
I was there last night. It was last night?
Yeah, what time were you there?
I was there for the thing over
For
in the
NOAX.
other building.
Commissioner
Palmer
NOAX.
Court. The Palmer-
Oh, that was at the Palmer course.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not the tournament
Different
course.
one.
So
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I was at both,
See-
not at the same time,
see,
but
I told somebody last night, I said, hey, I'm a both sides of the river kind of girl because I had to
Yeah.
leave there to come work in Conroe. And
that's right.
they said, that's perfect. But obviously I'm not because I did not get my club straight.
It's confusing.
Yeah,
I
I know.
have to still. I mean, I've lived there in the Woodlands now for a little over 2 years, and I still have to like
Stop,
Google
think,
Maps.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because if you're just going to find it like
No.
driving around,
Mm-mm.
that's
Doesn't happen.
not going to happen.
No, it never happens with me either.
But we had. I mean, it wasn't crowded. We still had 120 or so people
awesome.
there, but there's plenty of room because you got the dining room, the bar
Yeah.
area, the foyer. It's
I
really,
really hated to miss it. It's actually
and the
Mel's
food was
fault.
phenomenal. They
It
had
smells-
prime rib.
It smelled. What?
They had prime rib sandwiches.
Sliders?
We had sliders. They served sliders.
Okay.
But it's prime
my,
rib
It's my fault
sliders.
Christy wasn't there. I
Yes.
took her away from.
What?
Well, I know. I
Well, we had-
forget
we had
she
a
has a
free event
job
night.
with you guys.
We had
I
a free event
know. Yeah,
night.
we pay her very well.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I didn't say.
know.
I didn't say, get kind of like we pay
He
each
might
other.
dock my
You know.
pay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He's
He's
Gonna double your salary.
Sweet.
Give you a percentage as a bonus.
Hey, there we go. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we're going to take a quick break because
Okay.
whenever we come
Okay.
back, I want to start this whole new segment with JJ. We're going to talk about some stuff that Mel didn't know about you.
Oh, do you see that look in her eye?
I
That
know,
is the
but
definition of
But
mischievous right there.
here's the great part. I had the story from two different stories.
Oh,
Different, from two different people within the past 24 hours, and it's been phenomenal. So y'all stay with us, 106.1 and 104.5 if you're out in your FM radios. And if not, listen to irlonestar.com from anywhere in the world. We'll be back in just a minute.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
Hey guys, this is Connor.
This is Dick.
This is Chris.
And we're with the Ticket Stub Podcast every Thursday live at noon on 104.5 and 106.1 FM in the Conroe area. Also, anytime at irlonestar.com. You go to irlonestar.com/TTS. You can find all of our social media.
And don't forget, we give away 2 tickets to the Grand Theater on every show.
If you like movies and you like complaining or celebrating anything that has to do with the silver screen, check out the Ticket Stub Podcast and join us every Thursday at noon o'clock on Lone Star Community Radio.
Does your company have needs that can be met by an employee who is dependable, hardworking, enthusiastic, motivated, cooperative, respectful, and punctual? Conroe Independent School District Special Education Department can meet your needs by connecting you with potential employees that have been preparing for a lifetime of employment. We have numerous individuals seeking paid and unpaid work experiences. If your company is interested in seeing how we can meet your business needs, call Conroe ISD Special Education Department to find the best employees for you at 936-709-7671.
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That's Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on the computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. A Lone Star Community Radio, broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
Hey,
No,
hello.
there you go. There you are.
I've got no sound. That's
Yeah.
okay. Good.
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah. Want to welcome everybody back? Nope, you're out again. You're off again. Hey, everybody, we are back with Toast of the Town. We're having technical difficulties here. Christy keeps messing with her cords, and oh my gosh, it's just
It's
not
not
going.
my fault. It's not my fault. I'm on the other side of the table.
Yeah, it's just not going well for her. We just don't know what's happening. But anyway, hey, there she is.
You're
She's-
alive.
She's back and
I
she's
am.
live here with us. She was.
See, everybody got so excited there for a minute. They're like, oh, right, we don't have to listen to her for a while.
Oh
Anyway.
no, they were disappointed. They
Anyway.
love your voice.
So we
It's all
are
good.
here with the
Infamous, effervescent too.
effervescent.
Effervescent.
I
Yeah.
know.
No, that
JJ
reminds me of
Holly.
Alka-Seltzer. But
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny because I get the same visual whenever I hear that word.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
it's all about
so,
the bubbles.
so JJ and I have known each other for a while from
I
Consolidated days.
just got that. I
Yeah,
just
that
got
was
that.
Like, that was a long time ago.
I don't really care.
15 years?
When so
Almost.
I moved to Conroe in 07 with Consolidated.
So it was.
But did I see you when I was in Lufkin with Consolidated too? Or did we not cross paths till I got down here?
No, I think you were newly in Conroe. But yeah, it's been
Yeah.
a while. It's been a while, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I know.
I-
And now we get to have all kinds of fun in all the places. But JJ has a very interesting background.
Checkered
Well,
past.
Checkered
well,
past.
I don't know if I'd call it checkered, but hilariously colorful.
Hilariously colorful.
That is a much better
Yes.
adjective.
So,
Yes.
one of the things.
Especially given who you worked for.
Oh, we're going to go there.
Yes. So
Now I see why we have
Mel-
champagne.
So Mel.
So Mel's a political person in
Yeah.
the group. You know why
Yeah.
this happened,
Oh,
right?
I know.
Okay.
Okay, but Mel did not know that you worked for Charlie.
I had no idea.
I did for about 6 years.
That's crazy.
It was
you
crazy.
You have the patience of Job, first of all.
Oh, really?
I think. I mean,
oh,
I don't know.
man. I don't know. Ask my wife about that.
Yeah.
I always feel like I'm impatient.
Okay, I was trying to be nice. Can you
Yeah,
just
I
work with
am.
me
I'm
here?
impatient.
Just work with me.
But
here.
you're nice.
Yeah.
No, well, I understand.
So for those of you
lots of interesting things.
who
going
don't know, we're talking about Charlie Wilson.
on. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Played by Tom Hanks in Charlie Wilson's War.
This is
Yeah.
true. You
I
know,
was not in the movie.
It was. Oh, that's so
My grandma
sad.
thought she saw me, but it was not. I was not in the movie.
But everybody was
Yeah.
looking for you.
I actually don't want my mom or my grandma watching that movie.
I can
mean,
imagine.
they,
Too many
actually
true
had
stories.
to, tone it down so it wasn't NC-17 because it was true to form for
Really?
Charlie.
So how old were you when you worked for Charlie?
I was in my early 20s, so 21 to 26, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
Wow.
good time to be in your early 20s with
I
Charlie.
can imagine.
Mhm.
So, bus driver?
I drove the bus, and that was so I interned in D.C.
Uh-huh.
And then I left the internship, went back to college and graduated. And then I kind of, bummed around for a couple of months. My parents said, you need to go. And so I went to my
You
aunt's
were a
house.
basement dweller.
I was
for
a
couple
basement
of months.
dweller until my parent, talk about impatient. I mean, about 6 weeks, they were like, bye. Bye, Felicia. And so I went down to Houston and hung out with my cousin in Houston at Deer Park, and we messed around, did a couple of odd jobs, and then I got a call before the August recess
Mhm.
from Charlie's office, and they said, "Hey, we need someone to come drive the mobile office, which is this 36-foot long Ford travel motorhome."
Right.
And they said, "Can you drive a motorhome?" And I said, "Well, sure.
Of course not. I mean, of course. it can.
How hard can it be, right?"
It's got a steering wheel. and four
Little
wheels.
did I know. And I had to get a CDL
Uh-huh.
and drove that thing. I put 50,000 miles
Wow.
that year on that mobile,
Oh my
that
gosh.
Ford travel motorhome.
And it probably a little bit different than the motorhomes that, are kind of tooling around today.
Yeah.
Probably
yeah.
not quite the same level
I will
of power
say
steering.
it tops out at about 95.
And you know this.
Yeah, and
You
I
know
know that
this?
because we were late, just like I'm late there. We were always late, and we'd leave Lufkin at 6 in the morning and have to be in Orange at 7:30. And we made it every time.
Every time.
And I got to know the cops in Huntington really well.
I bet you did. So, so for those that aren't familiar with Charlie at all, what would be, I guess, your quintessential story or paint a little picture?
There,
And there's so many. I'm sure.
there are so many, and I'll try to keep the clean ones. But seriously, Charlie was the most generous, magnanimous person I think I've almost ever met. There was a speech he gave. In fact, I'd only been there for about a week driving him.
Mm-hmm.
And we drove out to, Woolville, out in the sticks.
Woolville.
I mean, I had to, meander this big behemoth motorhome through trees to get there. And he gave a speech about in the 60s, before Social Security, old people just sat on their front porch and didn't have anything to do and just kind of waited to die.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, me being 21, I knew everything, and
Of course.
I was jaded already,
Mm-hmm.
right? And Charlie got back on the bus, and it was just me and him, and I said, Charlie, that was a great line about, people waiting to die, like, he had
Mm-hmm.
manufactured that. And he looked at me and said, "That's true," and it gives me chills to this day.
Yeah.
He was
On
he
point.
was genuine. He
Yeah.
really believed that, that was something that was saving people's lives.
Yeah.
So it was
Wow.
that's probably one of the big, real Charlie, genuine stories. He cared about people,
That's
and
awesome.
and that's why I asked him one time why he got into the job that he did, and he said he felt like he could help more people serving in Congress than he could doing
Wow.
anything else.
See, as somebody who just, I breathe, eat, sleep, bleed,
Mhm.
it's all politics. And it's not politics in wholesale, but retail politics. I love
Yeah.
just
Mm-hmm.
down home politics.
Mhm.
Anyway, all of those kind of stories just engross me.
Yeah.
And I wish that every politician out there felt that way. Unfortunately, it's only about 5% of them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but anyway, even
And
the
and
local ones.
I've worked for, interned and worked for several politicians, and I've been very fortunate. The ones I have worked for
Mhm.
Mhm,
they weren't all of Charlie's stature
mhm.
and Charlie's colorfulness, but
Right.
they all were they were committed to trying to do what they thought was the best thing.
That's
Mm.
awesome.
Now we lose all that, and one of my pet peeves is when somebody talks about what's best for the party.
I know.
Mm.
I get it, but man, we got to get past that.
We do, because it's gotten to the point now where people are caring more about the parties than they're caring about the people, and that's the problem.
Yeah, it's when you're trying to figure out policy on, what kind of power play it's going to make, as opposed to what it's going to do, then that's a problem.
Right.
That's a problem.
Well, and and it's so great too that your experience and everything. I mean, it's like your whole life history as far as working with these amazing political figures that kind of set you up for this role with the chamber, which is essentially, plays that arm for the business community in the Woodlands.
That's right. That is what we tell people: is who is a better advocate for you personally and your business than a chamber?
Absolutely.
If we do our job as a chamber right, and we advocate for you on things like water and transportation, and that includes mobility, roads, public transit, whatever, electrical grids, workforce development,
public utilities, is huge.
everything. Then, if we do our job on that, then you can do your business, and we're successful if you're successful, and we can get. We all go. We're also fortunate we can go to work, and not worry about turning the water on.
Exactly.
Right, it's going to be there, but that's not by accident.
No.
And and if you want to solve your transportation problems, stop having a good supply of water.
Yeah.
Because you won't have anything.
Exactly.
So those are things that we make it a point to know every elected official in and around Montgomery County, so that we can develop those relationships and get to know those people, so that then we can talk to them without them feeling like, oh, they're bombarding our doors because they want to beat our head against the wall on an issue.
And it's a partnership.
That's not what we're there for.
Right.
We're there to try to figure out how can we get a common sense, kind of realistic approach, because there's always winners and losers to every decision.
Of course.
But we want to try to make sure that Montgomery County is going to be well positioned in 5 years, 10 years, 50 years. I mean, we're Conroe is the number one growth city municipality in the entire country. That's a huge deal.
It is.
Montgomery's going to double in population, and we can't just let that happen by osmosis. We got to figure it out.
You're exactly right, and there's got to be a plan in place.
I have a couple of comments from somebody who's watching.
Oh, already?
This is fun.
I know, and we haven't even gotten to the good stuff.
I know,
yet.
and this guy says, "What? JJ Holly and Christy Jones Leggett are on my street." I don't know who Mike Fortner is. I'm guessing maybe y'all do.
Fortner.
They're all laughing.
I know.
And then Joanne Cardona. I don't have my glasses on. They're laying on the table, but I hate
noticed
putting
that.
them on.
Yeah, why put them on?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, and she says, "Exactly!" Exclamation point.
That
So
is
evidently
great.
She's excited too.
I know.
That is
Hi,
great.
Mike
So,
Fortner.
Anyway,
Hey, Fortner.
I know. I'm so glad he's in downtown Conroe. Like,
Me too.
Look at,
You should come by. Now, that's somebody you should have on your show.
oh my gosh.
Mike is highly entertaining.
He is highly. His Facebook
Yes.
feed is
Mike, official invitation
yes.
has now been
We'll
extended.
make this
He
happen.
needs to be here.
This is true.
Mike, if you're close, just walk on in.
Yeah, just come on.
We got a chair.
Yeah, we got a chair.
We got an
you
extra chair.
split my mic. Yeah. Okay, so tell us one of the fun stories about Charlie. Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to think of the legal ones
Okay. Yeah.
that I can
That
do.
you can divulge.
I'll have to come back
We'll
to
let
you
you
on
mull-
that
we'll
one.
let you mull
Yeah,
that one
because
over.
the 5 I got in my head, I'm not telling.
Well, so for I assume, I always assume everybody knows everything I do because I don't think I'm all that, original or bright about everything. But but for those who don't know, Congressman Brady held a unique position
Yes.
before he got involved in politics.
Yeah.
What was that position?
Kevin was, I believe, our second president and CEO of the Woodlands Area Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, really?
So same position you're holding now.
Same position I'm holding now.
Okay. So I'm the point I'm trying to make is that the Woodlands has always been chamber has always been very politically connected, inclined to try to take care of businesses in that way. And also. So that's really
Exactly.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm
And Kevin is extremely generous with his time with us. We're very fortunate, in fact, to the point where I've told Kevin, we see you so much, we don't want to take you for granted because he is currently the House Ways and Means Committee chairman
Absolutely.
and arguably, maybe one of the top 2 or 3 important, most powerful positions in the country.
Absolutely.
And still finds time for folks back home
And
a lot of
And
times.
so kind. One of my favorite things, and I've said this about Congressman Brady several times, one of my favorite things about talking to him, number one, he's so incredibly intelligent and thoroughly well versed.
Yes.
It is amazing about so many topics.
Mhm.
I've never seen him get stumped. But my favorite thing that he always does is he'll sit there and he'll answer your question and tell you what he thinks, and then he says, "Tell me what you think." And
Yeah.
he genuinely listens.
Yep.
He doesn't speak to get a response. He means it,
Mhm.
and it is, to me, just the fact that he has that truth and compassion about him. It's just amazing.
Yeah, he's good.
He's a genuine guy. He
Yeah.
really is. And I think that a lot of the economic prosperity that we're all enjoying
Mhm.
is because of the tax plan
Absolutely.
that passed through, and all of our businesses are very beneficial.
Yeah, look at all
It's
the growth
benefiting
that
the
we're
business, and we're
seeing. Mhm.
appreciative. Yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
thing.
and we've got a little bit of a changing of the guard come January 1st.
Yep.
We have some new leadership coming to Montgomery County.
Yep, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, we got Mark coming in. Saw
Yes.
Mark last night at
Yes.
at NOAC
Mhm.
Steel, and excited about what he's going to do.
Yeah.
The big thing that we've talked about with Charlie Riley, with Keogh, with NOAC is we'd love to see a countywide transportation plan with prioritized projects so that we can then go to HGAC
Mhm.
and other funding entities and get those funded. We can't go with 4 different lists. We got to get all on
Right.
the same page. Whatever that page is, it almost doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But we
Just
all,
fix it.
all of our precincts, all of our municipalities have to go on the same page about what's the number one thing we want done.
Yeah.
And then what's 2, and then what's 3. Because if we don't, we're already missing out on millions of dollars.
Absolutely. And, and that's the one thing, too, about, whenever the new leadership coming in and things changing over, it takes a little time to kind of get everybody on
Yep.
that same page. And, luckily we've got some great leadership that's already in place. So
Yes.
it's just going to be
Mhm.
getting everybody ready to go so that we can,
Yeah.
have a cohesive plan.
Okay.
So,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was going to say, are we about ready for a break?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Okay. All right.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back because I want to talk about some of the priorities of, as far as going into businesses and what
Yep.
we need to talk about and all the fun stuff going on at the chamber and maybe a couple other things. So thanks for tuning in to Toast the Town. We'll be right back.
An estimated 1 in 10 births will result in a neonatal intensive care stay, also known as the NICU. Overnight, a family can find themselves and their newborn baby in a critical situation. The Mila Foundation financially and spiritually assists families in need. If you would like to volunteer or become a monthly sponsor, please visit us at www.themilafoundation.org. Again, that's www.themilafoundation.org, because every life matters.
Are you interested in learning more about preparing quick, healthy, and safe meals for your family? Would you like to spend time with others learning tips and tricks, along with practicing and tasting nutritious food? If so, the On the Road to Healthy Living Mobile Cooking School is for you. Call Amy Ressler at Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service at 936-539-7825 to find a class near you or volunteer to host a class.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776 with your questions. Get seen on TV, YouTube, and heard on our podcast, FM, and internet radio. Support your local radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
Welcome back.
We just look at each
I know.
other.
Welcome back to Toast Best in Town with Christy and Mel.
Yep.
We are here with the amazing JJ Holly, and we're having so much fun. I can't believe this.
He
time has gone by
laughs.
so fast.
He laughs when you say amazing.
I know.
I do.
Hey, I
know
want
the
to
truth.
bring something up. Both JJ and I have mentioned a couple of times. NOX deal, his thing, his party, his whatever. And I just want to tell everybody what it was because it's a really cool event.
It is a cool event.
And he does it every year. It is a toys for children. I'm not sure that it's toys for tots, but it's a toys for maybe, I don't know. But anyway, it's part of the NOAC Foundation. And he gives away, I don't know, $40,000, $50,000 a year to all the different nonprofits in the, county, I guess.
It has a good time, too. I mean, it's a great event.
Well, and last night your ticket in was a toy, and all the toys went to Interfaith. And when I was leaving, about 9:30, 10 o'clock, whenever I was going, and they had half the foyer was full of toys.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
I know that
And
I've seen some of the pictures, and it looked like
it was huge. It was
Yeah.
huge. And anyway, and then kids come and they sing, and they it kicks the thing off, and then the high school choir sings during the. Anyway, it's just it's an amazing event, and it's a great event, and the food's delicious. It is.
I'll take your word for it.
It is.
I ate by the time I got there. So.
Well, it happens whenever you run in your circles.
Yeah, it happens.
And actually, I didn't eat
I
the
wouldn't be
food. I
surprised,
did
though.
not eat the food last night. I'm remembering
You
for the
didn't?
year before. No, I didn't because I was working, and then boom, I was out.
Yeah, I was busy. Well, we had
Bam,
the whole
bam.
Christmas tree lighting here in downtown Conroe last night.
Yeah, that
So it was
looked
a big event.
phenomenal.
Yeah, great crowd, lots of people.
There's just so much stuff going on. You can't
I
make
know.
all of it.
It's a
I would have
funny
loved
thing-
to have gone to that.
I know.
Do you remember like when we started this wonderful, awesome show in July?
Uh-huh.
Do you remember how we said, "Oh my gosh, it's so busy right now"? Do you remember that?
Yeah, it just doesn't slow down.
Okay, yeah. And then we got to October and fall, and it really
Oh.
kicked up. And we go, "Oh my gosh, we're just so busy
Yeah.
right now."
I know. And
It's
now,
the holiday.
I know.
Okay, January. Is anything going on in January besides the 17th?
there's all kinds of stuff going on. We can't even go to, we're not even in December yet. You're like skipping a whole month.
Skipping a home.
Well, I know because I know what it looks like.
But there are like 14 things just this weekend.
I know.
You know, we've got our amazing VFW Post 4709s having a great fundraiser at the North County Community Center going on.
Tell us about some of those things.
I know. There's so
That's
much
up in
going on.
Willis, right?
That's going to be up in Willis.
That's a nice new place.
And that's going on from 11 to 3. See, I had this just pulled up just a second ago. And so they're doing a big fundraiser. There's a dear friend of mine that I went to school with by the name of Jason Pelton. He passed away 8 years ago. And his wife and her best friend put on an event every year. It's a barbecue cook-off. And all of the proceeds raised goes to help fund kids in kind of the cowboy way of living, but they support a lot of certification courses. So scholarships to get like welding certification and skills and
Trades,
stuff. Yeah,
the trades.
trades. And so that's coming up this weekend. And then, next weekend we've got the Downtown Conroe Christmas Parade and my pancake breakfast.
Oh,
you
my
need to come eat
gosh.
pancakes with me on
When is that?
the 8th. And that's all to
Ooh.
benefit Bridgewood Farms. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, I love
I know, it's
Bridgewood
going to be at
Farms.
Pacific Yard House. So, our good friends over there.
I have not been to Pacific Yard House yet.
Oh, we need
What?
to fix
I know.
this.
What?
I've had good intentions, but I haven't gone.
Oh my gosh.
Of course, the road is paved with good intentions.
I know.
Right.
But yeah,
But you-
we're going to
you-
have to
you'd
come and
stay.
introduce
I hear
you
great
to
things
see-
about it.
We have a pretty good time over there.
Good.
We do. We
Once or
do.
twice, yeah.
We-
Yeah.
they-
Yeah.
somebody asked me the other day, they said, "Oh, y'all are Pacific Yard House regulars." And I said, proudly, I am a regular. However, please note that they are our clients. And that is the
True.
reason we hang out there all the
Yeah,
time.
it's not
True.
just that we're just hanging out at the bar.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. Exactly.
But anyway, and
No ulterior motive.
no, not at all. But yeah, so the one this weekend for VFW Post 4709, they are, it's raising money for them, for the Charity Chicks in Montgomery County and CPS Kids. Our good friend Joe is going to be serving food, which is awesome.
Oh, from Joe's Italian?
From Joe's Italian.
Oh.
Blue,
Yeah.
Blue
Joe's.
Epiphany.
Okay, JJ just figured out he's going to go.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Blue Epiphany Vineyards is going to be supplying all the wine. And I don't know if you're familiar with Blue Epiphany.
I haven't heard of them yet.
New winery here in Conroe that was actually started by a couple of retired police officers.
Really?
Yeah, so we need to go check that out. They have got a great wine bar and live music and all kinds of events. It's just it's amazing what's
Sounds like
going
a
on.
horrible place. Why would I ever want to
I
go?
know, it's horrible.
Exactly.
And the wine,
Wine music.
the wine is pretty tasty too. Anyway,
There you go.
so we were talking just before the break about the importance of the chamber and the role that y'all play in making or helping to shape political commitment for the growth of businesses. What do you think is one of the biggest things or concerns, areas of discussion that need to happen? I guess to really help that our businesses there in the Woodlands.
I think it's water and roads.
Mm-hmm.
And those are pretty boring things until you don't have them.
Right.
But everybody and people understand, and they're frustrated with the traffic. And just imagine every car you see doubling that in the next decade or so. So we've got to get ahead of the game, and just it's basic necessities. It's okay. How are we going to drink our water?
Mhm.
Is it going to be groundwater? Is it going to be surface water?
Right.
How much is going to be pumped out of the aquifer? There's different positions on the science, which is always frustrating to me because when I was in school, science and math were,
Finite.
black and
finite
white,
things,
right?
Finite
But,
things.
are we pumping out more water than the aquifer is recharging? That kind of stuff needs to be figured out.
Right.
And then we got to figure out a plan to water the, all the people that are going to be moving here.
Well, and with the new elected board for Lone Star Groundwater Conservation
Yes.
District,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be interesting to see what changes come about with that because there's a lot of science that goes into it, but
Mm-hmm.
we got to start getting creative. We got a lot of people.
Yeah, we do. And, it's a mix between groundwater and surface water. In Houston, they don't call it a water management district. They call it a subsidence district because they've already gone down 5 to 7 feet. So what does that do?
Wow.
How does that compound what? Flooding, which we all know is another issue.
Of
And
course.
that's probably the third thing I would say. So you have water management, so the
Mhm.
supply of water, transportation, but the third thing is flood mitigation.
Yeah,
A
because-
good regional plan on how we get water down to the Gulf
Mhm.
without it getting anybody's stores or backyards or
Mhm.
houses. And it's got to be because water does not know boundaries. So
Exactly.
we've got to work together to figure out a
Yeah.
plan.
Well, and there are a lot of areas in the Woodlands that got hit really, really hard, not only with Harvey, but also in just some of the storms that we've
Yeah.
had in recent months.
Yeah, and more are forecast. I mean, it's not if, it's when. So we know it's coming. We've got to get ready for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gosh, I'm depressed.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Drink some champagne.
And by the way,
I'll be
I
fine.
always temper this with Senator Nichols, Robert Nichols,
Mhm.
who's our state senator just north Montgomery County and,
Yeah.
and going north. And he said, I heard him talk one time, and he said, look, in 1900, the same issues were
True story.
discussed
Yeah,
as we
yeah.
have today.
Mhm.
It was water rights, maybe not quite so much transportation,
Right.
but and taxes, what do we do about property
Mhm.
taxes? How do we fund schools?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of things. And with legislature going back in session, I will say one thing: we as a county, countywide chambers are proud of is this is the first time we've come together as all the chambers across Montgomery County and come up with a short list of legislative priorities that we could all support. We
Wow.
presented those to our state legislators.
Get
to-
out.
Yeah, we presented it to Senator Creighton, presented it to Will Metcalf. We presented it to Mr. Toth, who won state rep in the Woodlands.
Right.
We presented it to Charlie Riley.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, not Charlie Riley, Cecil Bell.
Cecil Bell. Mhm.
Had a meeting with all those guys and told them that, okay, here's our priorities. And if we can do it as a
That's
chamber,
really
we
smart.
got to do it as a county.
Mhm.
So here's the priorities we've got. We need to make that happen. And by the way, we want to help you. If you need us to load a bus up and come to Austin and go to a committee meeting, we will do it.
We'll do it.
Just let us know. And that's the first time
That
I
is
think.
amazing. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Toast.
That is a definite
Toast. There you go.
to that. That is excellent. Great job. Great
Well,
work. Mr.
It's all of our county chambers coming together. We
That's
all
awesome.
pitched in, all did it together, and it's a brand new deal. And we have to, as a business community. And by the way, I always hate saying that because I live here and I work here.
Right.
But as a community, we've got to get mobilized and interested in the things that are going to shape where we're going.
Well, and what I love also about that is, you lived in Conroe for a long time.
Yeah.
And
Loved it.
and I live in Conroe and work in Conroe and the Woodlands, and I'm all over this
Yep.
county. Mel even comes in from Walker County. She's all over this county.
Yeah.
But what I love about that is to really see the entire county have that representation together and say, look, let's get together and work on some objectives that are going to benefit all of us. It's not you against me. It's not my priority over your
No.
priority. Great idea.
And we always make a joke, about the San Jacinto River being their Berlin Wall.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
But
Big time.
it's not, it can't be that way
Yeah,
because
agreed.
we have to be on the same page. I've got a great relationship with Brian Bondi,
Yes.
who's the Conroe Chamber President and CEO, with Montgomery, with Shannon Reed, with
she's
Magnolia
fantastic.
Parkway, with, East County, with Rick Hatcher, all these guys, Sandy Barton. We all are together to try to figure out how we can help the community be
great.
better.
That is amazing.
And it's encouraging to see.
Yeah, well, and we all talk about, right now there's so much talk about smoothing things over and people coming together and,
Yeah.
unification and getting over everybody's issues. And what chambers are setting a great example. That's amazing.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. I was taking notes.
Oh.
You know me.
I understand. Juggling.
Yeah, juggling. If there's more that can be done with all that,
Oh, yeah.
because the
Tip
information.
of the iceberg right now.
Yeah, I was fixing to say because the information.
Oh, you did it
I
again.
am unplugged now, but the information pipeline is. You guys can help serve that.
That is exactly. We get frustrated as a chamber staff because all we can see is what we haven't done yet
Right.
and what
Right,
we want
right.
to do. And
Right.
every once in a while, we have to step back and celebrate our successes to just recharge our batteries to go, okay, we've come a long way. We've done this. We've done that. Now what's next?
Right.
But if you always focus on, the cracks in the cement, you're never going to appreciate the cement being there.
Exactly. Well, and for anybody that's listening that's not familiar, you can go to woodlandschamber.org to get all the amazing events. There's, membership application. You can do that. We'll take great care of you. But I will tell you right now that if you haven't tried out a Woodlands Chamber event and you are involved in any type of business anywhere, period, but especially in Montgomery County, you really should come check it out because there is not an event that I know that I attend where there aren't 100 other members there or 100 other representatives there. And you can meet people and mingle, but this is your chamber working for you. So take advantage of the amazing resources because y'all really do have some fantastic resources for businesses,
Thank you.
and individuals as well. But if you want to not only grow your business, but find out more about what's going on in the community and who is actually fighting for you to help you grow, Woodlands Chamber is a great place to start.
And I'll tell you one other little bit of information. We just solidified, confirmed our keynote speaker for the Economic Outlook Conference
Oh, can you?
on
can
February
you tell us who
8th.
that is?
And I can just tell you that because it was confirmed at 8:30 this morning.
Excellent.
It is Mr. John Hoffmeister, who is former CEO of Shell
Oh
Oil.
my gosh.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
And I don't know, look up this guy's YouTube clips because he is a very energetic, very entertaining, but very knowledgeable. He's a professor at UH. So he's kind of transitioned from corporate to
Fantastic, to teaching.
education life.
so
And
great.
he is he's going to be really interesting with where oil is right now and the future of oil and the economy and a lot of good stuff. So
That
that's
is
on
amazing.
February 8th.
Okay,
Yep.
so Economic Outlook Conference
Mhm.
is absolutely. I never miss it.
Yeah.
I missed 1 year, and it was like once I started going, and it was just like I felt
Mhm.
like I didn't know anything that was going on because y'all's lineup of speakers
Yep.
is phenomenal. All
Yeah,
the time.
we have we take it from the economy from a local, regional, and national approach, and then we have an economist come in and talk, and then we have a CEO panel, and then so it starts in the morning, 8:00 at the Woodlands Waterway Marriott at 8 a.m., and then we end up with the lunch keynote. So it's a Friday, so it's a great way to kind of roll into the
And I
weekend.
always
And
feel so smart when I leave
Okay,
there.
the
Like,
17th
I'm
of
so
January, the 8th of February.
Yeah.
there you go.
What's up with March?
Gosh,
Day at the
that's
Capitol.
you know
No,
what?
that's
That's
February.
going to be actually Day at the Capitol.
Montgomery County Day at the
February
Capitol.
25th and 26th.
I've already got it on my calendar. I will be there.
So we as a county, as a business community representing Montgomery County, we all descend on Austin on February 25th and 26th.
Yeah.
And that's another great trip.
Those are
And we get
fun
about
days.
200 people that go to that.
Yeah. And now, do all the Montgomery County chambers go the same day, or do y'all
All of us
split
go.
days?
All of us.
Everybody goes?
We go there
Oh my
as an
gosh.
They take
entire
their own-
county.
Yeah.
It's-
And each
Austin
chamber has
turn-
their own logistics
Yeah.
that we all work out.
Austin turns red for a day.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, really.
But
it's neat, and people need to know. It's just another way. Every county does this. I'd like to think we do it a little bit differently, but Montgomery County is a real, kind of a lightning rod example for a lot of places in the rest of the state.
Yeah.
So it's good to get that exposure.
Yeah, and it's fun.
We got 1 minute left.
1 minute.
What do you mean
Oh,
1
no,
minute
so
left?
fast.
I thought we had like an hour left.
I know.
What in the world?
No, next
know.
time. Okay, so we're just gonna have to
That's
do this
crazy.
again. And
Yeah.
so next time we're gonna get you prepared so you can come and have some of these Charlie stories.
I'll try to think of some Charlie stories I can tell on the air.
Yeah, but you know what we're gonna do though?
That are
I still-
fun Charlie
I
stories.
still have some champagne in this bottle over here.
Oh,
so
my.
I think we might after we tune out, maybe we'll sit down and because we can't just carry an empty
I know.
full bottle around.
Yeah.
and maybe
There's a
tell one of the
law, I think, against
stories.
that.
Yeah.
And if
so-
there's not, there ought to be.
yeah. Anyway, well, JJ, thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming with us.
Thank you.
been wonderful.
Thank you.
So much
Well,
fun.
I
Wonderful.
expected to have a good time. I knew I would, and I sure did.
And
So
the
thank
fun
you for
is
having me.
Just beginning. So
Yeah.
thanks for tuning in. Obviously, schedule for next week, next Wednesday
Yep.
at noon again.
Taste of the town. Toast of the
She
town.
does this to me every time. Toast the Town with
Toast
Christy
of the
Amell.
Town with
You can
Christy
also
Amell.
follow the Moxie Innovative Facebook page. You can find out
Yes.
all the details about the events that are coming up. I'm going to put those details on the comments under today's show. If you have any questions, anything you want to add, be sure and let us know. Until then,
And thank you to everybody who made comments today. We appreciate it. And
Yes.
you guys
Yes.
log in next week.
we love you, Mike Fortner. Y'all make it a great week.